Lakers. They ran into a bit of a thunderstorm here against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren. So here is how this one looked. Here's how it went down here. We're talking about stage one of this for OKC. It's all about Chet Holmgren, Shanae.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people really were like, okay, without J-Dub, how is this team going to step up? Well, we know they're deep, but when you get production from Chet Holmgren like this, who had 18 points in the first half, he averaged 17 in the first round series versus Suns. This team, they're deeper than what, Perk?
The Pacific Ocean.
Thank you.
And how deep is the Pacific Ocean? One day we're going to Google it. All right. And then there was the getting out of double teams here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There were some Thunder turnovers, but OKC shot 8 of 13, including 3 of 4 from long range when Shai was doubled. So here's Shai when he was asked about adapting to those looks.
As the game goes on, like, you understand more so like how they're rotating around it, and like what we like spacing we can have behind it to give ourselves the best opportunity to have an advantage. My teammates on the back end playing 4-on-3 is it's what you play for. Every play starts for us to create an advantage.
And then here, Wendy, the third and final stage for OKC, because the Lakers did push them at points in this. It was finding some roles for guys like A.J. Mitchell. Nice moves here. Puts a nice little floater in the lane.
And who else?
Well, there was A.J. Mitchell. There was Jared McCain.
Back-to-back threes, baby.
They came at you.
This little thing is catching on like wildfire, his little three-point.
Yeah, I know.
Mitchell and McCain, they combined for 30 points in their 43 minutes. OKC ran away with game one in the second half here. And this just in, Luka Doncic, he actually spoke with reporters today for the first time since suffering his hamstring injury.
Have you ramped up at all to running or any on-court contact stuff?
Yeah, I'm running. Right now I'm running, but I haven't done any contact. I haven't been clear yet to do any contact. Yeah, I went to Spain to do PRP. And, you know, it's obviously, everybody knows that's in this, that it's one of the best countries to do that. And obviously, you know, we talked with the Lakers doctors, so everybody agree. For me to go there, why I was in space so long is because I needed 4 days in between every shot, so I did it 4 times, so that's why I stay longer. It's very frustrating. I don't think people understand how frustrating it is. You know, all I want to do is play basketball, especially in this time. It's the best time to play basketball. It's very frustrating, but, you know, seeing what my team is doing, I'm very proud of them.
So it's interesting. On the one hand, you would think, okay, is Luka talking because he's getting closer to returning? But on the other hand, it doesn't really seem like he's close.
He said, and this was the first time this has been said that I'm aware of, that when the doctors saw the MRI, they said it's 8 weeks.
Right.
It's been 4 weeks-ish. So, I mean, maybe he's ahead of that timeline, but that is not somebody who looks like they're coming back in this series.
So they can't necessarily rely on the fact that they're going to get Luka Doncic back here, Perk. So in order to climb back into the series, because there's time you looked up and this was a 2-point game yesterday, what do the Lakers need to do?
Well, LeBron need help offensively. They scored 90 points. Let's be real. He talked about it post-game and talked about, yeah, we're missing Luka, obviously, but you still got Austin Reaves. And anybody seen him? Can somebody tell them that the playoffs has officially started?
So let's talk about Austin. Did you know, Perk, that Austin has never had a 25-point game in the playoffs?
No,
ever,
I didn't.
In his postseason career. The most he's had is 23.
And what's crazy is the time is now. He is auditioning. Like, I questioned during the regular season, and I asked y'all, we were up here, and I said, if you're the Lakers, do you build around Luka and Austin Reaves? Are they your future? Can those two guys get you to the promised land? I don't want to take a dollar out of Austin Reaves' pocket. He had a phenomenal year. But the postseason is the time that you rise to the occasion and show what you're capable of, and he's not getting it done.
Yeah, and I also want to give a little deference to the fact that he is still working his way back from injury. But if I'm J.J. Redick and I look at the box score, I'm like, ooh, those 17 turnovers, those unforced errors that were converted for, I think, 31 points. Ooh, there's no way in hell, respectfully, that Austin Reaves is going to go 3 for 16 again. He's too good of a player to shoot that poorly. And then last but not least, you got that surprise factor from Luke Kennard and those other guys that were support. Like, it felt like you wasted a LeBron James vintage game because it's going to be hard for him to get that type of production moving forward.
Yeah, last round, the big thing was Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, really were able to hit those shots to help out LeBron. Last night, you throw in Austin Reaves with those two guys. Guys, it's 8 of 35 with 8 turnovers for those 3 guys. And look, I'm not saying that I'm expecting them to all go out there and score 25. But if you're going to pull this upset off, you need some help from guys like that.
And they got a little help from OKC because Shea was human. Yeah. He's normally a superhero, averaging 30. He only had 18 points.
But let's be real. I don't expect much out of Marcus Smart and Luka because you are going against Luke Kennard, excuse me. You are going against one of the greatest defensive teams that we've ever seen.
Sure.
But Austin Reaves, if you're him, if you're one of those guys that's going to be a maxed out guy, a franchise guy, damn it, you got to show up and show out.
But without J-Dub, that's what allowed LeBron James to get that loose, and the fact that it's LeBron James. Without J-Dub on the other side, I'm not sure that OKC has an answer for him in particular if he can just get a little bit of help. But you know what we know? That J.J. Redick, he's not going to let those guys go. You're going to hear a very quick whistle and calling a timeout. He called so many timeouts.
And then he stomps out.
Stomps out on the court and says, "No, we're not doing this like that."
Rages.
Exactly what
Your NBA insider Shams Charania is back with us. And Shams, what more can you share about Luka working his way back into the Lakers lineup?
The Lakers' expectation is Luka Doncic will be out in Game 2, and then from there, his status is very much uncertain because Luka Doncic said today he has started running, but he has not been cleared for full contact basketball activities. And so he needs that clearance for basketball activities to be able to start to ramp up. Austin Reaves went through a 1 to 1.5 week ramp up period with 1-on-1s, 3-on-3s, 5-on-5s, especially with an injury, soft tissue, where Luka Doncic has already been out over 1 month. And the one interesting thing that Luka Doncic said today out of everything was he was given an 8-week timetable with his grade 2 hamstring strain when it happened. We're about 5 weeks in. So there's potentially still multiple weeks here left to go for Luka Doncic as far as his return to action.
Yeah, great stuff there, Shams. Thank you very much. You can see more of Shams at 3 Eastern on NBA Today.
Back with Michael Wilbon, Janae Ogumike. All right, Wilbon, I guess I'll just cut to the chase. We heard from Luka. Basically, you hear Shams say, man, another 3 weeks. How can the Lakers simply win a game in this series?
Let's see, I'm going to mention a name right now other than Luka. Marcus Smart, Austin Reaves, Luke Kennard. They shot 8 for 35 last night. That ain't going to get it done. It's sort of like the team, and we know it wasn't intentional, but they wasted a LeBron James performance where LeBron goes 36 minutes. I mean, forget just the raw numbers of, 27 points in that time. LeBron played 36 minutes, had 2 turnovers, right, and was just great in the first quarter trying to get them off to the quick start they needed, but the support wasn't there. So when those 3 guys go 8 for 35, and they got a decent enough performance from DeAndre Ayton, who, 10 points, 12 rebounds in limited minutes, 27 minutes, that was okay. 8 for 35, we're going to go back to that. That has to be a redo. That has to be a reset button and a completely different box score by the time we look at Game 2, or we're going to have the same result, actually probably even more lopsided, because OKC figures to play better than Game 1.
Wilbon, speaking of the box score, I bet J.J. Redick is looking at it and being like, yeah, we know Austin's not going to shoot 3 for 16 again. And then he's going to look and say, well, if we can control our turnovers, those turnovers are just the biggest gift you can give to OKC. In the regular season and the postseason, OKC has led the NBA in points off of turnovers at over 20 a game. And if you think about them, I think the Lakers had 17 or so turnovers. I think it was converted around 30 points. So if you take care of the ball, which is very difficult to ask because this is the top defensive team in the NBA, but if you protect the ball, you have no unforced errors, and you have Austin Reaves shooting the ball a little bit better, maybe you have a chance. But to be honest, the thing that could save them, I'm just saying, in Dreamland, are the 33 points of Luka Doncic that are on the bench that lead the NBA. That's the best chance, but right now he's not available. So, yeah, you did waste the LeBron James huge, iconic game, but maybe they just feel like they can play without pressure, and maybe that will yield better results.
Yeah, you're right about that. The other guys, the role players, have to step up for the Lakers if they've got a chance in this one. All right, Michael, Janae, thank you.
Let's head to the NFL to talk about the games before